Welcome to sportsbookraeview.com. I'm Flash, and it's Bundesliga, and it's week 24. The big problem you've got is that some of these big guns are going to be involved in European competition over the next couple of weeks. So are they going to take their eye off of the ball? But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. So you'll know that the Premier League show's coming up at 14:30 Eastern Time. And tomorrow, it's La Liga. But next week, it'll be Champions League and Europa League, along with a domestic competition later on in the week. Now, just go off a little bit. NCAA, it's March Madness, and it's crazy. So if it's crazy, you're going to need a little bit of a helping hand. So Esteban, can you help the people on March Madness, please?
March Madness is just around the corner, and we at the Three Man Weave are here to tell you we have you covered. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel SBR Sports Picks, Matthew, for all your video needs.
Jim, if you want more, that's not enough. SBR also has a dedicated March Madness headquarters. You can find picks, videos, news, and an updated bracket over at sbrpicks.com/March-Madness, Kai.
All you have to do now is sit back, relax, and let the games begin.
So it's all about Baylor and the Zags. Do you go against them two? Head and shoulders above everything. Now, all of a sudden, Baylor have slipped. Michigan have jumped in. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And them boys have definitely got you covered. And also, there'll be articles over there. So if you press the link in the description, that'll take you either to Tan or Alex or Martin or Eric's articles. But every single sport we cover on SBR has an article accompanying it. So go over and have a good read. I've got Eric and I've got Tam, because obviously there's no Alex because he had a bereavement in the family. We send our love, our best wishes and our strength to him and his family. And hopefully we'll see him again very, very soon. Eric, Bundesliga, goals, goals, goals. But they can throw in the odd damp squid.
Yep, goals, 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 Bundesliga. And that's why we love it, isn't it, Flash? One of the best leagues in Europe for goals. One of the best. I know in recent weeks we've seen a few, lower scoring first halves, but they usually come in good in the second half, so they do. And this is actually, when looking through all the games for today or this weekend's upcoming card, super excited. I mean, I had to contain myself just to pick up my best picks.
Yeah, listen, I should have called this the Monster League. I've gone completely tan madness on a couple of my bets, and they are absolute monsters. And I fancy everyone may agree with them as well. Thumbs up. Press the thumbs up, please. YouTube, love the interaction between you and us. It shows a little bit of appreciation, and it also shows that you're part of the show. Tan, you've been doing really well recently across the leagues in Europe. You've not managed to hex Bayern too much. Do you think you'll hex them this week?
If I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory lasts like the one of a hamster, so no more than 12 hours probably. It was
a bit harsh on the hamster.
Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Bayern Koln, gotcha. Wolfsburg Hertha to win, gotcha. Leipzig Gladbach to win, gotcha. Borussia Dortmund Arminia Bielefeld Borussia to win with 2 goals handicap, gotcha. I was betrayed only by Union Hoffenheim, if I'm not mistaken.
Tan, you got me a little bit worried now, because I did the records and I can't remember doing any of these.
That's why my Bundesliga
records up. Let's have a little
That's why
look.
my Bundesliga record is so bad, according to you.
So we got the Bundesliga. Alex is at minus 0.92, which is absolutely nothing. Tancredi had an unbelievable week, and he's now only down 4.4 units. I was pulling his leg. I was really
recount.
Yeah, you did great. Plus 7.95. Been a bit barren for the last few weeks. Haven't been able to get a real handle on it, but this week could be upwards of 8 to 9 units if I can pull out the right 4. Parlay minus 2.36. We need to get our heads together on that. Total 0.27. So the season starts today. So let's crack straight on then. I want to come to you first, Eric. It's Schalke at plus 230, draw plus 270, and Mainz at plus 115.
The battle of the two bottom teams. The battle of second place, second last and last, Schalke and Mainz. I mean, well, Schalke they've come okay in recent weeks. They've started to look a little bit better in recent weeks, so they have. And then you have Mainz, who I just feel like they're hot and cold. You know what I mean? You can never trust Mainz. Sometimes they just come up with these shock results, so they do. In terms, personally, I didn't really want to touch this game. Like you said, Schalke are underdogs at home, which is always a look. But I think Schalke have a lot of injuries. Now, I will say this. I can see they have a lot of injuries, but I don't really know how many of those injured players would usually be in the starting 11, so I'm not going to like hang my hat on this and say half their team's injured. But this, for me, would be a game I'm staying away from, but it's also, as someone who likes to bet on cards, it is a game that I could definitely see some cards in.
Okay, well, they think it might be a bit of a battle royale.
Oh, definitely.
It's one of those, though, Tan. Schalke, do you trust them to go and get the job done? Because they can find a way to not get what they deserve over the last few weeks. But is it a game just to leave alone?
There is a huge vibe for Tan Madness for Schalke in the chat in the start. You can feel it. It's like when you go to the sea and you feel like, I'm gonna fish this week. Actually, let me steal also the Nelo sentence that is saying a plethora of wins for Tan last week. So you see, you are doing already processing.
Good word.
Good word. Good
word. Where did you find that one?
Unbelievable. It should have buy a new program, probably. Thesaurus, the program that is giving you words. Now, M. Shari PSN also saying Tan Madden Schalke to win against Mainz pushing. Now, fifth managerial change in the season for Schalke. Not only the manager, reshuffle within the club. Would that be enough or not? And if Schalke would ever win some points, well, the game against Mainz could be the one. I have to tell you, it seems so easy that actually I thought, isn't it maybe too much easy? It's not like Mainz is going there and say, okay, take me, just do whatever you want of me, because actually Mainz know that this is a game they must win. So it's not like Mainz would underestimate this. Would it be Werder Bremen? Maybe, but Mainz. So, yes, I'm going with Schalke, but I'm not sure if it is the case to go with Schalke to win. The odds are so good that the home double chance is actually making enough, and it's part of my top 5 tips. It's actually making enough for being picked. So, home double chance on Schalke. Then, if you feel enough,
double chance, yes, okay.
If you feel enough confident, then, I don't know, expand that your horizon.
All right. Let's move on. Because
you feel disappointed. You were expecting what?
No, I just feel you leave the game alone.
Okay.
I just feel like leave the game alone. If anyone goes near Schalke and Mainz, they get it right, then hats off. But I think there's plenty, big value this week. Gladbach at plus 160, draw plus 245 Tan, Leverkusen at plus 145. Now this game provides us with a real conundrum.
Oh, you were there on computer before you say, what else I should pick after plethora? I know, but also you are old, so you might forget the words. But I understand. I'm happy that you're not old enough to forget about the conundrum. This conundrum tells me that, to me, it appears like the classic Bundesliga game with both teams to score over 12 goals, the Alex Classic as a homage to Alex that is not with here today, all over. They both are coming from a negative moment and negative streak. 5 games without winning for Leverkusen, 6 games without winning for Gladbach, but especially to Leverkusen, more than Gladbach. But anyway, both of them, these negative results are always coming with goals. Defensive mistakes, a game that is, I would say, losing control as the minutes goes by. So, in my opinion, defense that are losing the pace, losing the pit along the game, and both of them, they are both in need of points. You can see actually that the odds are very leveled from one to the other, which is not that common. So to me, classic Bundesliga game with at least 3 goals scored and both scoring.
Yeah, I think they're going to tiptoe into this game, Eric. I fancy it's a draw half-time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0 at half-time. So again, as we've said before, if you want to put most goals in the second half, then that could well be the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what I was looking at. Draw half-time. Gladbach have Gladbach's 12 home games this season. They've seen draw half-time 9 of those 12. So Gladbach like to get things going in the second half, so they do. And like Tan said, both these teams are on 5-6 games without a win, is it? Both of them I'm expecting both teams to come into this game a tight first half, keep it tight, and then maybe someone look to nick a winner towards the end. So draw half time, I love it. And like you said, Flash, second half most goals, also a look in this game. And interestingly, last time these two teams played, it was a halftime draw, 2-2. I know that's a bit out there.
See, I think he'll go the opposite way this time. I think because of that 2-2.
I just want to say, that's what I think. Last time 2-2 draw halftime. This time I think, like you just said, probably 0-0.
Yeah, and if you can't split them, remember, there's always the draw that sits in the middle. And then the next game, I don't mind telling you straight away. I think Frankfurt and Stuttgart, 2 heavyweights. Stuttgart, they'll score goals. Frankfurt, they seem to be the real deal outside of maybe the top 4 sides in Germany. So I'm actually going to go, Eric, with Frankfurt to win, both teams to score, and it's at a massive plus 330.
Wow, absolutely massive price on that. 330, Frankfurt win, both teams score. I was looking at a lot of angles in this game. I was looking at over 3.5 goals because, I know you're asking for 4 goals. It is a lot. Play it safe with your 2 goals, but I think plus 130 for over 3.5 goals. I think we see goals here. Stuttgart like to score goals. Both teams rank inside the top 5 in the Bundesliga for over 3.5 goals and 2.5 goals. So I think we see 3.5 goals here. But like you're saying, you're going for Frankfurt. You think Frankfurt win and both teams to score. I think also Frankfurt win and over 2.5 at plus 140 is another absolutely brilliant bet. And another bet I want to add in here, which I think is an absolute cracker, is Andre Silva to score first. He scored 14 goals. He scored 14 goals this season, and 13 of those he scored first.
Okay, it'll probably be good value. What is he around plus 450?
Plus, I think I seen plus 350 for Andre de Silva to score first for Frankfurt.
I mean that is pretty low, to be fair.
Either way, we see goals, I think.
Okay, well, let's hope we see more for Frankfurt. Maybe a little 3-1, 3-2. We'll be happy with that. So it's Frankfurt at minus 105.10, draw plus 260, and Stuttgart at plus 310. What presses your button, mate?
Sorry, I was a bit distracted because I was listening to the way Eric speaks. He reminds me Colin Farrell in Bruges. I was waiting for him here in that.
So what would you like me to repeat it again?
No. I would like only Eric to speak. Esteban, can you mute Flash? Sorry. Okay, but in the meanwhile, I will just talk. Look, with Frankfurt goals are always on cards. In 8 of the last 9 games, it was the Alex Classic, the over 2.5 and both teams to score prediction. I'm going with that 2 out of 3 Alex Classic prediction for myself in this week in Bundesliga. I believe there will be more goals in this weekend in Bundesliga. If you see in Serie A, the number of goals is slowly curbing down, and in Bundesliga is slowly going up, slowly progressing. Eintracht is one of those sides the most contributing to that. Stuttgart are normally adjusting to the opponent they have in front. If they have a team that is playing with low pace, they adapt to that and they try to win in that way. Otherwise, they join the open game, the entertaining game. Let me say the magic word, as Alex is not here, but we have to say it. Wamangituka. We have to say that absolutely. That's for Alex. And so totally, the odds on Frankfurt are too unbalanced, in my opinion, to mirror exactly how balanced will be the game. So both teams to score and over 12 goals. Alex Classic in this as well.
Okay, Alex Classic in this one as well. So that's maybe 3 out of 3 games so far with the Alex Classic. Moving on. Tan, I've done it again. I've gone with a winner and both teams to score. I think this is going to be around plus 225. Freiburg plus 450, draw plus 300, and Leipzig at minus 130. I've gone Leipzig, both teams to score, at plus 225.
Partially on that, my friend. I go with Leipzig to win. Not sure if I pick also Freiburg to score because, as you said, we have to factor also that the Champions League is upcoming. So Leipzig has to deal with that. Anyway, I don't think that, unless in the last 15, 20 minutes, but teams are entering the pitch thinking about, well, now we play this, then we play Liverpool. I don't believe it's in that way. But that anyway, the direction of the game, the policy on the way they will play, it's about trying to keep a slow pace. In my opinion, it's in that way. I'm not totally convinced on Freiburg to score. It could be a 0-1, something in that way. But that's why, anyway, when I saw minus 130 on Leipzig, I say I go with that. Leipzig managed to get until minus 2 points from Bayern. Now, it looks to everybody, it's just like, okay, when Bayern will decide to shift gear, they will just sprint ahead again and will go +5, +7. But anyway, they are there, breathing on their neck. So this is possibly boosting the way to be very focused in the game. So Leipzig to win, and it's easy for me.
Eric, I like the way that Freiburg play. They just keep going forward. And that means I think they'll play into Leipzig's hands. And even if they're 3-0 down, they still keep bombing forward. So both teams to score has got to be on the cards. And if both teams you think Leipzig are going to win the game, do you think anything different?
Yeah, I'm opposing Tancredi and yourself. I think Freiburg will cover the double chance in this game. So I do. I think Freiburg are strong at home. I know Leipzig like to slow things down and all lately and whatever, but Freiburg, they've only lost 3 of their home 12 games this season. And what I thought was interesting now, look, we're going down rabbit holes here. I do like me stats, and I don't usually hang my hat on stats when I'm playing, placing bets. I usually like to take the emotional factor in, the situational factor and all that crack. But Leipzig have only won 5 games away from home this season of their 11 fixtures, right? All 5 of them away wins were against teams in the bottom half of the table, saying from 10th to 20th. So Leipzig have not won an away game against anyone in the top 10, so they haven't. So I think Freiburg will hold their own in this game, and I'm taking double chance on Freiburg.
Okay, Mitch is saying Leipzig to win and under 2.5 goals. We've said this all season, Mitch. That is Leipzig win to 0. Okay, moving on. We got Berlin at plus 110, leaving this game well alone. Draw plus 250, and Augsburg at plus 300. 8 weeks ago, it would have been an absolute shoo-in. I would have said Berlin win, Eric. But now I'm just not as confident. But I suppose that's why we're getting plus 110 and not minus 135.
Yeah, they've really fallen off the rocks lately, haven't they? I think they've picked up 1 point in their last 6 games or something like that.
The teams have not jumped into their trap. That's the big thing. They used to sit back, be strong, hit you on the break. So teams now, they're a little bit wary. It's almost like putting your hand in that hole, and they don't want to get bitten, so they become a little bit negative too. But at plus 110, Berlin are definitely going to have their suitors.
Then you have Augsburg, who don't really score a whole lot. They're not known for banging in loads of goals in the Bundesliga, so they're not. So I think this game could be a draw. I mean, what odds did you say? 110. I mean, Augsburg at plus 300 could be tasty, but again, it's not a game I'm mad to get involved in. But I do know, as a cards better, Augsburg are prone to an out card or two. So
and you know that Berlin are big and strong.
Yeah, so I'm not looking to get involved in it, but I mean. And now 3, 4, I could definitely see 4 or 5 cards in this game if you wanted to look at it like that. But in terms of winners and double chance and goals, I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay, Berlin versus Augsburg, Tan. Eric sees cards. Do we see unders as well?
I can see that you have transmitted your despise towards Hertha Berlin, even to Esteban, that now is not even typing Hertha. just Berlin, and leaving that to understand and say no.
Which
not
one?
Not only I don't want to touch Hertha, I don't want not even to type Hertha, and not
They
even
don't even want to
the
call
others
them anything now.
type. Right. This time, like capital of Germany versus Augsburg. Look, very. It's very open, very unbalanced. I was surprised to see those favorable odds on Hertha. I mean, so favorable on Hertha. All in all, there are 8 points difference in favor in Augsburg. Berlin just with the same points, with third from the bottom. Augsburg is still there, though. The only one position in between them two. So Hertha got one chance to try to drag back Augsburg into the relegation fight. But both of them are so unreliable. Totally mean their games. And the same happened to Augsburg. So to me, safe way to go, and not even badly priced, under 2.5 goals.
Yeah, listen, and obviously, as Eric says, remember there could be cards in this game. So if the market's around 3.5, then he fancies it can be 4 or 5. Good game this, and there's value. It's Hoffenheim plus 205, Tam. Draw plus 260, and Wolfsburg at plus 150. I got plus 140 on this away win, but I fancy Wolfsburg will be too strong. They keep the back door closed, and they finish their chances when they come, whether they come in the early game, part of the game, or late on.
Look, I was here too. I was surprised to find these odds. Hoffenheim are still among the most unreliable. I see that you are not only have jumped on the Wolfsburg bandwagon, you have fastened 2 seatbelts, and you are holding yourself to the bars because you shall not be moved anymore. Since 3 weeks ago, you were dubious, doubtful about them. I am there. I'm driving the Wolfsburg bandwagon until the wagon is running. Plus 150. I thought that there was something I didn't know, and that's why it was so high. I think just that the late decent result, or at least less negative, let's say less negative, not decent result from Hoffenheim possibly helped to up the odds on them, because they won good against Werder Bremen. They drew last week against Union. They were kicked out incredibly from Europa League by Molde. That was the less threatening side that was there. But Wolfsburg are going their way. And I want to remind one thing. Wolfsburg, in their history, only qualified. This is very important to keep in mind. Wolfsburg, in their history, only qualified to Champions League twice. The first time was when they won the league with Dzeko, Barzagli, Zaccardo, Grafice in 2009, if I'm not mistaken, 2008. And then another time that they placed third position. But if you think about it, it's very uncommon, very unusual. Leverkusen, Gladbach, Leipzig, of course, Werder, Borussia. Everybody had several participation. Wolfsburg, the top part of even Hoffenheim, not mentioning Schalke. Wolfsburg, that we are accustomed to see them as part of Bundesliga elite since more than a decade, only played twice Champions League. So imagine how important is this season for them. Totally focused, and I think it is also the reason why they are going so. It look like almost they left the game away.
Tan, I'm losing the will to live.
Yeah, but not since today. That is already since long time. So let me finish. So Wolfsburg, it almost looked like they gave away the game in DFB Pokal against Leipzig, because they are totally focused on Bundesliga. They are going on a streak of 9 games without losing. Plus 150, it's a no contest. Wolfsburg to win.
Are you with Wolfsburg as well, Eric?
I'm all over Wolfsburg in this game. All over them. They're one of the only teams in the Bundesliga that like to kind of shut the shop up, ain't they? They like to just, they're happy with a 1-0 win. They'll take a 1-0 win, and they know how to shut the shop up, so they do. I mean, they're one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, and even in terms of like going over 2.5, 3.5, Wolfsburg have only seen 4 of their 12 away games over 2.5 goals. That's a rare thing in this Bundesliga, so it is. So for me, Wolfsburg will definitely not lose this game, and it'll be under 3.5 goals, I think.
Okay, then. Put the hat on, please, Tan, because it's Bayern at -160. Draw +320. Dortmund +400. Okay, both of these sides are going to be in action over the next couple of weeks. One is in a strong position but could still foul. And the other, you'd think that they're just going to cruise through, Tan. So, do Bayern beat Dortmund, or is this another one of them tricky 1-0s, 1-1s?
First of all, it's a Der Klassiker as it deserved to be. If this game would have been played a month ago, it was a no contest. It was, let's see, with how many goals Dortmund are going to lose. It's no more like that. Seems like the Sevilla game has completely boosted their confidence because they were back also in Bundesliga, not only with winning, with performance and everything. So we are going to have a proper Der Klassiker. Unfortunately for Borussia Dortmund, Bayern are not going to play next week against Lazio. That wouldn't change anything anyway after winning 4-1 in the first leg. We know that Bayern, when the things get hard, Bayern gets going. Always in Bundesliga. They always delivered. With whom they wasted points. Arminia Bielefeld, Hoffenheim, Eintracht. When they thought that the things could be fixed in some way, they know that against Borussia Dortmund is different. They know that Borussia Dortmund are feeling this particularly because in the last season, they were constantly hammered. So even if Borussia knows very well that they are not going to be back into the Schalke fight, but they feel like, okay, let's get our revenge. But it will be the usual Bayern. Not only
do you think Bayern will outstrength them?
Sorry?
Do you think Bayern will be too strong for them?
Yeah. Who doesn't think that, to be honest? When Bayern are serious with that, even if they have some players missing, but when Bayern wants to play as they want, and they will this time, they are stronger for almost everybody in the world. Dortmund anyway are there, so both teams to score, I say yes, but it is a combo. Bayern to win and both teams to score, and it is very well priced because the odds on Bayern have increased due to the points they have wasted after Club World Cup, due to the fact that Dortmund was very positive lately. But that combination, Bayern to win, both teams to score, it's a very good price. Dortmund will play their game. The problem for them is that Bayern too will play their game.
I think all the values with Dortmund, they're scoring goals. They honestly, something clicked with them with Sevilla, and they was away. If they go and do the same performance again, Dortmund to win and both teams to score. Remember, in the first game or the other when they played earlier in the season, it was a deflection in the 94th minute.
Okay, but it was also a different time. But you think really Dortmund to win?
I think Dortmund could win this game, yes. Hence the reason I'm leaving it alone, because I'm sitting here. I know. Listen, there's so many great games over this weekend. By the way, you go in the Premier League. You've got like the Manchester Derby. You've got Inter Atalanta. We've got Köln and Werder coming up as well in Bundesliga. But I think that Dortmund are value, Eric.
I mean, yeah. If you want to go a gut feel and play a flash, Dortmund are value. If you want to go with your gut, maybe Dortmund are value at what? Plus 450 are they? Plus 400? Oh, plus 400. I thought I seen plus 450. Anyway, the issue for me is, okay, yes, Dortmund are starting to come good. Like you said, since that Sevilla result, they've kind of kicked on. They've showed a lot more, improved a lot better, and a lot of sort of crack. But Dortmund have not lost an away game all season. Or sorry, a home game. Sorry, Munich have not lost a home game all season, so they haven't. Dortmund have lost 5 away games, and I know Dortmund are kicking on all that crack. But for me, you would definitely just have to be going with a good play at the back Dortmund here. But like we have said, I definitely think we see goals in this game. A plethora of goals.
Plethora.
a plethora of goals in this game. And for me, I am absolutely crazy about, and this is one of my favourite bets of the weekend, actually. I'd probably hang it up there as my favourite play of the weekend. Both teams to score in the second half at plus 120. I think it's an absolute banker.
Okay.
You know what I'm surprised of? That actually your crazy but respectable call on Dortmund gained a lot of following in the chat. So I'm okay with that.
That's greed, though, Tan. That's only because they're thinking big numbers. They do the same when you have your Tan Madness in Serie A.
Okay, let's do that. It's Tancredi against the world. I agree with that. Okay, let's see who's going to be right.
Just go for goals, boys. Goals galore.
Listen, I think the Alex Classics are moral, but I think if you went with Dortmund and both teams to score, you might be looking at around plus 550, maybe plus 600. Beware. Koln, plus 195, Eric. Draw plus 225. Werder plus 145. It's a pity to come to this game on the back of Bayern Dortmund.
Oh, tell me about it. You're looking at two teams I never even want to get involved in. Cologne got hammered last time out. 5-1 Munich bet them, wasn't it? 5-1 Cologne got bet. Werder Bremen 2-1 against Frankfurt, which was actually a good result for them. A lot of people thought Frankfurt were going to roll in there and get the win, but they didn't. So Werder Bremen have actually a bit of momentum behind them. But then Bremen away to Cologne. I mean, I don't know what I expect. Maybe I don't know whether to trust either team to win, and I don't even know whether to trust goals. Even though the stats are up saying goals, but I don't know. Bremen don't score a whole lot either, so
you could leave it alone, you know.
I'm digging too much anti-flash.
You are. Honestly, there's such good games this week.
Yeah, but I would leave it alone. Like I can't really see where there's a look in this game.
Yeah, well, listen, people in the chat, we've got 79.80 of you watching and only 32 thumbs up. Come on then, boys. It's not even anywhere near 50%. Tan, Koln and Werder. I know you're going to give me, like, everything. Are you leaving it? Are you leaving it?
Why you always give a question, not always, but often give a question that you know is even useless to pose. I understand. You keep on insisting in that way, but you know it's useless to pose. You always will get an answer. My answer in this is that, Werder are sleeping dangerously behind. Koln 21 points, Werder 26, few positions in between them. Werder in huge danger to be dragged into the relegation zone as well. A draw is not sitting well to both of them. It's a good chance for Koln to try to climb, and Werder must not risk to fall even more. So the fact that a draw is a bit useless for them doesn't tell me that they won't draw. It tells me that they both will try to win. So it's the third choice for my week with Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
I agree. And yet everyone in the chat, they're saying the unders, the price is gone. I see this as one of them games that we often talk about, that both teams think they're going to win. Werder got away with murder last week. And by the way, I had my 14 parlay that was plus 550. And the only one that let me down was the first one. Okay, last.
Wait,
Eric.
No, I have a question for you. Wait, I have a question for you. Because you said, it's a bit of a pity to go to Koln Werder after we've been talking to Bayern Dortmund. I got a question for you. So, what was the number you usually wore when you were playing?
8 or 11. 8, 10 or 11.
Okay.
Unless, obviously, I had squad number as well, 16 and 20.
Yeah. But you were an 8 or an 11. Love that.
8 or 10, yeah.
Oh, you were at 10? Okay. So, question. When the team was announced, when the lineup was announced, who was the strongest player that was announced before you, so that the crowd, when would hear Watson after hearing the previous play, was like, oh my God, no Watson, because the one was
okay, well, I mean, if I was number 10, then it would be David Hurst or Mark Bright at number 9. Or if I was number 8, and it was maybe Chris Waddle at number 7. Or I was or even better than that, I was number 8 at Southampton for like two and a bit seasons. And Matt Letitia was number 7. Maybe I got a little bit more of a ripple that I shouldn't have got because it was still just carrying on from him. Eric,
oh my God! Imagine the fan. Imagine the fan in the stand. When he's announced Matt Letitia Chris Waddle, and he's all getting hyped and saying, "Wow, we are gonna win today." Number 8 got the Watson. Oh my God!
Okay, that was just the home fans. Let's go to the last game now. It's Bielefeld at plus 290-10, draw plus 240, and Union at plus 100.
Union, not a whatever Berlin, just a Union. Arminia Bielefeld defense dreadful, conceding for fun, as Alex would say. And Union, another team that is adjusting to what the opponent are letting them to take, and anyway, never going down their standard level of reliable quality, which definitely we can say about Union. About Arminia. Anyway, we are dealing with a desperate beast because Arminia have not won in the last 5 games, the last 5 games, and Union are having ups and downs. The fact is that with Union, we always see under 2.5 goals, or anyway, often. But Arminia Bielefeld defense is one of the worst in the league. So can't always happen under 2.5 goals for Union. The simple over 2.5 goals is very well priced, considering it's Bundesliga. If there is one game when that would happen for Union, I think it's when they play against a defense like Arminia Bielefeld. So here we go, over 2.5 goals.
Okay, Joseph in the chat said, do I remember Rob Slater? Yeah, Robbie Slater, doing great things down under. Yeah, he was a really, really nice lad. I didn't spend as much time as I'd have hoped with him. Obviously, he came from Blackburn, and I went off to Bradford. Bielefeld versus Union's our final game, Eric. Have you found any nuggets?
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting here. We have Union, who have drawn the most games in the league, coming up against Bielefeld, who've drawn the least amount of games in the league. And like Tancredi said, these teams like Bielefeld are going to go for this. It's about time they got a win. Union have to get things on track. So I don't think we see a draw in this one. We have the least teams versus the number 1 team with draws. I don't think we see a draw. But I think Tancredi's after finding the gold nugget in this game. Over 2.5 goals. I can see it right now a plus 140 on over 2.5 goals. I think you just don't complicate it. Just take over 2.5 goals with that or Bielefeld defence. 41 goals.
Going for it though, Eric. Barca's going for Union to win and both teams to score. No, I know. Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, so basically that's Union to win to 0 again.
Well, I wouldn't be confident about Bielefeld scoring. I wouldn't. But
especially being at home.
I think Berlin could get 3 themselves. They could. They've scored 36 goals this season. It's a little bit around par for the league. So, yeah, I think over 2.5 goals is the way to go here. And if Bielefeld do get on the score sheet, you nearly know you're going to get it. You almost know because they're going to, they could catch Berlin on the counter. Berlin could get a few. You don't know, but I think over 2.5 goals.
Okay, let's have a look at the picks, please, Esteban. Okay, Alex's picks, even though he looks a little bit like Eric today. Gladbach, half-time draw at plus 120. Frankfurt, over 3.5 goals in the game at plus 130. Freiburg, double chance, plus 120. Bayern, both teams to score in the second half at plus 120. And Wolfsburg, double chance and under 3.5 goals at plus 100. He's been up all night with these. Tancredi, Bayern to win and both teams to score plus 140. Leipzig, minus 145. Wolfsburg plus 140. Schalke double chance minus 125. He's still going on that Schalke train. Frankfurt and over 2.5 goals at plus 140. Now here's your value. Wolfsburg plus 140, so it's the same as the boys. Everyone seems to want a bit of Wolfsburg. Frankfurt and both teams to score at plus 330. Gladbach draw half time at plus 125. And Leipzig to win and both teams to score at a massive plus 225. Now we need 2-team parlay. Eric, put one forward, please.
Does it have to be? Does it have to be?
Well, it has to be a winner.
Does it have to be for my official picks, or can
well,
I
that would help. Otherwise, why would you put one through to the parlay that you've not fancied putting on your picks?
No, I was just going to say, if you're going for the parlay, I think almost like my favorite player would be the Frankfurt and Stuttgart over 2.5. Even though I've gone for
what price is
3.5.
Frankfurt over 2.5 in the game. What price?
I get up here right now. Over 2.5 in the Frankfurt game is, for the parlay, it's minus 200. Very, very soft.
Squirrel.
Hey,
Stan, I'm not calling you, by the way. There, I know you. Oh, you thought I was talking to you then. Tan, give me one for the 2-team parlay, please.
To the rescue, here I am. I come with. You overlooked that fantastic odds on Bayern to win and both teams to score. That are huge.
No, because I like Dortmund. I possibly like Dortmund to have a double chance, or Dortmund to win and both teams to score.
Bayern are always leaving the chance to score.
You say that
goal.
They won 2-1 in the reverse fixture, and it was like a 95th minute deflection.
No, even Lazio was able to score against
Dortmund.
Bayern.
Dortmund are in a lot better form than Lazio. Lazio can't defend.
No, but what I'm saying is that.
Okay, listen, I'm not getting involved. You're putting
your
your money down. I'm not, so I've got to bow to you.
But the parlay, you want the safe box? To the rescue, here I am. Bayern to win and both teams to score.
Okay, at plus 140.
At plus 140. Mamma mia. Do you want to add that?
Two shows I've done this morning. I've had Crotone and now I've got Bayern. Listen, I just can
call it the Mamma Mia parlay for this week.
There's only 43 thumbs up, by the way. Any chance we can get that over 50? Why I say, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. That means you'll know that Premier League show is going to be coming up at 14:30 today Eastern Time. And also, you press the link in the description. That'll take you over to articles right by the Tan or Alex or Martin. But every other sport that we cover here on SBR is accompanied by an article. Good luck, gentlemen. Thumbs up on the way out. Looking forward to this weekend. It's a monster Liga, not the Bundesliga. It's monster Liga. You take care.
Ciao.
Adios.
Auf Wiedersehen.